Hey, so it's nice to see everyone this morning. If you're just joining, you need a cushion, a brick, and you may want a strap. That should be standard for everyone. And we are going to start in a standing position, about 30 centimeters away from the front of your mat. Hands are facing forwards, shoulders are away from your ears. And we're going to start with 5 nice deep breaths, grounding your body. And be fairly relaxed as you're doing your nice breathing here. Be a nice deep inhale through your nose. And then exhaling out through your mouth. On your next inhale, breathe in through your nose. Slowly close the back of your throat. And then breathe out of your nose. Gently open your eyes if they're closed. Have a soft gaze looking forwards. Feel for your big toes and your little toes and your heels on the floor, creating a little sensation of balance. And as you take a nice deep inhale through your nose, draw your belly button in towards your spine. And then as you exhale, keep your belly button drawn into your spine. We can do 5 breaths here. You're drawing your belly button in. And then completely and utterly relax your belly, relax your legs and shoulders. Relax your head down towards your chest. Chin falls all the way down towards your chest bone. And then you're going to roll your head to the left hand side. And then gently roll your head to the right hand side. Moving from one side and then back to the other. Finishing on your right hand side. And then going back to neutral position. Head is facing forwards. Inhaling, lifting your shoulders all the way up to your ears, and then exhaling, rolling your shoulders all the way down. Inhaling, rolling your shoulders up to your ears and back down again. Last one, rolling your shoulders forwards, up to your ears, and then rolling all the way back down again. Lifting your right arm all the way up overhead, shoulder comes into your ear. And then relaxing that arm and swinging it down. Left arm sweeps all the way up to your left ear. Relaxing that arm and let it fall down. Both arms sweep all the way up overhead. Really get a nice big stretch onto your body here. Lift your shoulders into your ears. Lift your hands into the ceiling and then exhale. Right hand falls backwards, left hand falls forwards. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Right hand comes forwards, left hand comes backwards. And you're rotating to the side here. Inhale, arms come all the way up into your ears. Get a really nice big stretches there overhead, facing the front of the room. And then exhale, hinging at your hips. Hands come down towards your ground. Tucking your chin in. Inhale, lifting up into a straight back position. You don't have to have your hands on the ground. You can have your hands on your shins, your thighs, little bend in your knee. This is the first fold of the morning. Exhale, hands come flat onto the floor. Bend your knees, step back with your right foot. Step back with your left foot. Knees come all the way down to the ground. Tuck your tailbone under. Chest comes forward, elbows draw backwards. Chest comes all the way down onto the ground. Point your toes behind you so that your legs are flat. Inhale into cobra. Get a lovely little stretch onto your abdomen and your rib cage. From here, press into your hands, hips come backwards into child's pose. If you have a shoulder injury, take your arms wide and maybe put a bend in your elbow. Take a nice deep breath into your spine and then exhale. Take another nice deep breath into your spine. Feel the rib cage get big and then exhale. From here, pressing into your hands, untuck your toes, and pressing up into your first downward facing dog of the morning. Pop a bend in your knees. Change your hand grip if you need to. Lift your hips into the air. Really get a lovely stretch in your first downward facing dog today. From here, left foot steps forwards in between your hands. You're going to inhale, sweep up into a warrior one. Get a nice stretch onto your back hip flexor, so your right hip flexor. Here, arms reaching all the way up overhead. From here, you're going to pivot onto your front foot. First balance of the day. Sweep your right leg all the way up. Karate Kid in the morning. What a better way to start. And then from here, you're taking that right foot all the way back behind you. Nice and slowly bending your front knee. Touch down with the back foot. Come back into a warrior one. Sweeping that right foot all the way. Drag it along the floor and then come up into a balance. And then take that right foot all the way behind you. Nice and slowly touch down with that back foot. Draw the heel all the way backwards. Really get a lovely stretch into the back of the calf, into the hip, maybe into your rib cage as well. Last one, sweep that right leg all the way forwards, bending your knee. And then placing your right leg down. Left foot steps backwards into warrior one. If you're finding that your arms are feeling tired, you can put your hands on your hips. From here, you're going to sweep that left leg all the way forwards, up towards your chest, and then take that left leg all the way backwards. This is shoulders and core is going on today. So we're starting with shoulders. From here, you're going to sweep that leg forwards, draw it all the way up. Take your left leg all the way back behind you. A couple of other alternatives. If your arms are getting sore at this point in time, you can put your hands on each other, on your shoulders, or hands on hips. Last one. Draw your left leg all the way up. From here, you're going to exhale, fold, take your left leg back, and then your right leg comes backwards. Tuck your tailbone under. From here, elbows draw in towards your rib cage. Inhale into up dog or cobra. Get a lovely stretch on your abdomen here. Exhale from here. Pressing into your hands, lift your hips into the air. Downward facing dog. Should feel joyous in a downward facing dog. If it doesn't, come down into child's pose. From here, stepping forwards with your right foot, then your left foot, and we're going to come onto your mat. It's a little bit of a yin and a yang this morning. So from here, we're going to come into a bridge pose. I want to open out the front of the body a little bit more. Hands are facing up towards the ceiling. And you're going to gently lift your hips up off the ground. Really press your shoulders into the ground in this position. If you want to, you can interlace your fingers underneath your hips and roll your shoulders underneath your chest. And really think about lifting here. Now there's a fine line between lifting so much that you can press your lower spine and lifting so you get an opening in your chest. And you need to find what that fine line is. If you feel a pinching in your lower back, your hips are too high. From here, you're going to rock onto your big toes. Bring your feet in slightly. And that's going to increase the amount of bend that your back can do. If this is too much for you, you're going to take your feet down. Draw your heels down. Heels come down onto the mat. If you want to, you can hold onto your heels with your hands. Just going to hold, opening out the front of the body. And then from here, draw your hips all the way down onto the mat. Bring your knees into your chest. Wrap your hands around your knees and rock from side to side. Keep breathing while you're doing this. We're going to go back into another bridge pose. If you found the last one was really pinching in your spine, then you're just going to stay at a medium level bridge pose. Don't lift your hips too high. From here, lifting your hips up, hands come underneath your hips, create a stable platform with your shoulders. From here, you can lift your hips even further and then try and bring your feet all the way back towards your hands. And you're on your big toes and you're trying to grip your feet while you're on your big toes. So hands are now wrapped around the outside of your feet. Press your arms into the ground. From here, you're going to try and lift one leg up and point it up towards the ceiling. Keep lifting your hips. Bring that leg all the way back down towards your mat. If you are holding onto your feet, hold on to that leg that's just come down. I've brought my right leg down, so I'm holding on to my right foot. From here, I'm going to lift my left leg up towards the ceiling, pointing my toes upwards. That may give you cramps, so just be careful. Draw your leg all the way down towards the ground. Keep holding the hips up. Keep stretching out all of your core muscles, all your abdomen. Keep breathing. Draw your heels down towards the ground. Hips come down towards the ground. Rolling your knees in towards your chest, holding the outside of your feet, coming into happy baby. So feet are facing towards the ceiling, knees are out to either side. Just getting a lovely stretch, maybe into your hamstrings at the back of your legs, maybe into and across your feet. Some people might find that this compresses the hip flexors a little bit as well. From here, draw your feet together, let your knees come out to either side. Hands are still on your feet, and you're getting a stretch onto the inside of your thigh. Place your hands underneath your knees, and then rock yourself all the way back into a seated position. Hands come behind you, feet are pressed flat onto the mat. My fingertips are placed facing towards my hips. From here, you can lift through your chest. It's another back bend. Be very careful and gentle with your body. And lift up with your chin. Really strong through your shoulders. Feel every single finger on the ground. From here, we're going to come into a reverse tabletop. Lift your hips all the way up. Try and create a straight line between your knees, your hips, and your shoulders. Hips come down onto your mat. Take your hands slightly further back so that you've got enough room for your legs to go completely straight in front of you. Hands are underneath your shoulders, and you're lifting your chest upwards again. We're creating a slight arch between your hips and your shoulders, opening up the front of your chest. Shoulders are down towards the mat, straight arms. Keep breathing. From here, lifting your hips up, placing your feet down to the ground if you can. And we're going to hold. Hips come all the way down towards the ground again. And you're going to come into a seated position. Cross your legs, roll over the front of your knees if you're happy to, or swing your legs around, whichever one works for you. From here, you're going to place your hand onto the mat and then tuck your toes under and come back into a high plank position. We're now going into a chaturanga. So elbows draw all the way down towards the ground. You're going to inhale into up dog. Exhale into a downward facing dog or child's pose. We've got 5 breaths here. This is your rest. So if you do not find downward facing dog restful, this is where you go and pop yourself into a child's pose and enjoy 5 nice deep breaths. From here, left foot steps forward, then your right foot. You're going to inhale into chair pose. Hands come up towards the ceiling, sitting your hips fairly far back. Don't sit them too far back, because we're going to sink a little bit deeper, trying to get your legs and your arms parallel with the ground. And then exhale, folding forwards. And you can place your index finger and your middle finger around your big toes. Feet come slightly wider, so they're about hip width apart.
If you do have a hamstring injury, you're going to pop a bend in your knee for this one. Work on your core strength and hip flexor strength rather than trying to straighten your legs. From here is an inhale, tall spine. Exhale, folding down towards your feet. Inhale, sweeping your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands come into a prayer pose. And you're rotating over to your right hand side. From here, lifting your left foot up into the air. Squeeze your thighs together. Send that left leg all the way towards the back of your mat. Left hand comes down towards the ground. Really lift your chest up here. Fingertips are down onto the ground, or you can place a brick underneath your hand. And the right hand sweeps all the way up towards the ceiling. From here, you're pivoting onto that front leg, lifting your back leg up. Hands come back into a prayer pose, coming all the way through with your back leg. Knee comes in towards your chest. From here, take your left hand onto the big toe of your left foot. Draw your heel all the way up as far as it can go. And then you're going to extend that leg out in front of you. From here, bring that leg all the way behind you. Inhaling, sweeping your arms all the way up overhead. Straighten that leg out behind you. Really kick it backwards and then exhale. Hands come down towards the ground. Left foot steps backwards. Right foot steps backwards into a high plank position. Exhale, drawing your elbows in towards your rib cage. Inhale into up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. This is your rest position. If you want to go into child's pose, go into child's pose. From here, right foot steps forwards, then your left foot, you're inhaling, sweeping your arms into chair pose. Again, don't be too deep on the first one, because we're going to go deeper. Exhaling, arms are parallel with the ground, hips come backwards. Really feel your hips draw down towards the back of your mat, trying to get your shins as upright as you can, and your big toes coming down towards the ground. Exhale, hands come down towards the ground, feet are hip distance apart, index finger and middle finger go around the big toes. You draw up with your hips. Inhaling, sweeping your arms all the way back into a chair pose. Hands come into prayer and you're rotating to your left hand side. Right foot comes up off the ground, points towards the back of your mat. Send your right foot all the way behind you. You're in a rotated position here. Right hand comes down. You might need a brick underneath that right hand. I'm on my fingertips. Left hand sweeps up towards the ceiling. Stabilize yourself. Drift slightly forwards as you lift your right leg up. Really squeeze the right glute as you do this. From here, you're going to sweep that right leg all the way into your chest. Right hand comes onto your big toe. Draw your heel all the way up in towards your chest. If you struggle to reach the big toe, hold on to your right leg underneath the thigh. And then you're going to take that leg all the way out in front of you. From here, that right leg is going to draw all the way back behind you. Squeeze your right bum, arms sweep up overhead. Opening out the front of the rib cage, opening out the front of the hip. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground. Right foot reaches the ground. Step back with your left foot. From here, elbows draw in towards your rib cage. Inhale into up dog or cobra. Take a moment here to really open out the front of your chest and the front of your abdomen, front of the hip as well. Untuck your toes. Everyone come back into a child's pose. You're doing really well. I'm watching what's going on. It's very exciting. So 5 breaths in child's pose. Take a proper break here. You're halfway through. Only another 30 minutes to go in a Shavasana. From here, pressing yourself all the way back into a seated position. Feet come all the way forward in front of you, so you can switch your legs all the way around. We're going to do a little bit of core work. As I say, it's a bit of yin and yang. We're up for some, we're down for some others. From here, you're going to roll all the way down towards your mat. Draw your feet in towards your hips and bend your knees. Arch your back. And then exhale, draw your abdomen and your spine down towards the mat, flattening everything off. From here, you're going to draw one knee in towards your chest and then send the other leg out straight. So I've got my right leg is bent and my left leg is completely straight. My arms are out to either side. And then I'm going to switch my legs over. Right leg comes straight, left knee is bent. My spine is completely flat on the floor. I'm going to switch my legs over again. Right knee comes in, left leg goes straight. And I'm breathing as I'm switching my legs from one side to the other. Left knee is now bent, right leg is straight. Right leg comes in, left leg straightens out, keeping it back flat. Last one, switch it over. Left knee is bent, right leg is straight. From here, draw both knees into your chest and then hold on to your big toes. Feet face up towards the ceiling. Happy baby. Now from here, you're going to lift your tailbone up off the floor. Press your heels up towards the ceiling. It's a really small little move. So you're going to lift up with your tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then relax back out again. Lift your tailbone up towards the ceiling, off the floor. Spine is working. And then relax it all the way back out again. Heels come together, knees fall out to either side. You're still holding onto your big toes. If you can't reach your big toes in this position, hold onto your shins or the outside of your thighs. Straighten your legs as much as you possibly can and point them up towards the ceiling. Let your body or let your legs come down towards the ground, and you're hinging and coming up almost into a boat pose where you're drawing your knees in towards your chest. And then you're going to send your legs all the way out away from you, coming into that lovely banana shape. From here, drawing your knees all the way up into your chest, coming into a boat pose. And then exhale, send everything away from you. Back is flat on the floor, feet are up. shoulders are off the floor. Inhale, draw your knees in towards your chest. Exhale, send your legs all the way away from you. Nice, strong body. Last one. Inhale, draw your knees all the way up into your chest. Everyone looks amazing here. Exhale, come all the way flat again. Feet come up towards the ceiling, drawing your knees in towards your thighs, in towards your hips. Hip flexors are working here. Right leg sweeps all the way down towards the ground. Hands at either side of your body. Inhale, sweep your right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, left leg comes all the way down. This is to do with hip flexors. Inhale, left leg comes all the way up. Right leg comes all the way down towards the ground. Inhale, right leg comes up. Left leg comes all the way down towards the ground. Inhale, left leg comes up. Right leg comes down towards the ground. We've got one more. From here, right leg comes up. Left leg comes down towards the ground. Inhale, bend your knees, hold onto your thighs and squeeze them into your chest. Relax your hip flexors out. You might want to roll from side to side. Place your hands underneath your shins. Rock and roll yourself into a seated position. From here, we are going to come into a full boat pose. Hinge backwards on your seat bone. If you do find this painful, you can put a cushion underneath you, or you can keep your feet on the floor. From here, legs come up and are parallel with the floor. Arms at either side of your thighs. And you're going to try and straighten one leg and then bend the knee and then straighten the other leg and then bend the knee. And then you're going to try and straighten both legs and draw your legs all the way in towards your chest. Point your toes up towards the ceiling and then bending both legs, bring them back down onto the ground. And just sit comfortably. We've got another two of them. So you're going to hinge backwards. Maybe this is where you stay. You're going to lift your legs off the floor. You're going to take the left leg and try and bring it all the way up towards the ceiling. You may not need a hand, but you can support with a hand if you want to. Then come back into boat pose. Right leg comes all the way up towards the ceiling. Back into boat pose. And then both legs come up towards the ceiling and you're trying to maintain your balance and lift through your spine at the same time. And then let both legs come all the way down and relax your hip flexors and your core out again. One more, hinging all the way backwards into boat pose. From here, right leg straightens up towards the ceiling. Then you're bending that right leg, left leg straightens up towards the ceiling. You're bending your left leg and then both straighten. Really squeeze your body in towards your legs and then relax all the way back out again. From here, bending your knees, we're rolling over the top because we've got another series to do. Coming into a high plank. Everyone started to move really slowly. I'm so sorry. Okay, elbows drawing in towards your ribs. Inhale into up dog or cobra. We've got another standing sequence to do, which I've tried to make a little bit softer. From here, exhale, coming into a downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, right heel turns in. Okay, you're going to inhale, sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Hands come out to either side. Warrior two, which I always find it very pleasant. From here, inhale, sweep your left hand all the way up towards the ceiling. Right hand goes onto your right thigh. And we're opening out the left-hand side of your body. Left arm comes onto your left thigh. Right arm sweeps all the way up overhead, opening up the right-hand side of your body. Left hand comes down onto the ground. Right hand stays above your right shoulder. And you're opening out to the right hand side. If you want to, you can try and tuck your left arm underneath your left leg and go for the bind by reaching your right hand down towards your left hand behind you. Just opening out the left shoulder a little bit more. From here, you can sweep your arms all the way forwards in front of you. Hips are now parallel, and you're sweeping everything so your chest is facing the front of the mat. Exhale, hands come down onto the mat. Left foot steps backwards. Drawing your elbows in towards your rib cage. Inhale into up dog or cobra. And then from here, hips come all the way backwards into a downward facing dog. If your shoulders need a break, go into child's pose. I am watching my camera, so if I do see people in child's pose, it's an indicator that it's to me that I need to chill out a bit more. Right foot steps forwards, left heel turns in. Inhale, sweeping your arms up into warrior two. Really grounding your feet. Very nice. Remember, right leg, if you're on that right knee, just draw it slightly outwards towards the outside of your foot so that you can bring the big toe down and lift through the inside of your ankle. Inhale. Right arm sweeps all the way up towards the ceiling. We're getting a really long stretch through the right side of your body. Right arm bends, you're hinging forward. Right forearm comes to right thigh. Left arm sweeps all the way up overhead towards the front of your room. The right hand is facing up towards the ceiling. It's active. Everything is active here. Right hand comes down towards the ground. The left hand comes up towards the ceiling. Again, if any of these positions are too much, I try to make it so that you can get reverse backwards. Okay, so the previous version is a slightly moderated version of this. If you want to go through the bind, you can do, where your right shoulder comes underneath your right thigh, left arm sweeps around the back of your body to hold onto your hand. Release your hand if you're in the bind. Turn your hips so that they are parallel with the front of your mat. Sweep your arms forwards. Try to create a straight line between your hands, shoulders, hips, and your back foot. Hands come down onto your mat. Step back with your right leg. For a few of you, you're better off doing knees down than you are full chaturanga. Okay, remember, spine comes up into your shoulders above them, and then elbows draw backwards. You get a better shape that way rather than struggling through in a full chaturanga. Inhale into up dog or cobra. Sometimes more is better. Less is better. From here, untuck your toes. Bring your hips up into a downward facing dog or child's pose. Stepping forwards with your left foot, right knee comes down. You're going to hinge all the way back and come into a seated position. Or however you'd like to come into a seated position. You don't have to do it that way. Okay, right. We've got 2 more sequences, so hopefully we can get through them. Hands come down either side of your thighs. If you do struggle, now I do struggle to get my hands down, I do encourage you to do this without bricks. Okay, so try and get your shoulders away from your ears as much as you possibly can, and down so that your heels are flat onto the floor. Big toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. And we're really creating an L shape, a very strong shape in your body. And then relaxing everything out. Relax your legs, relax your arms. From here, you're going to inhale, sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Shoulders come into your ears. Draw your big toes in towards your chest. Exhale, hinge as far forward as you possibly can. And then relax your hands down towards your feet, your shins, your thighs. But hold that straight. Straight back position is what we want, no curves. My inclination is to bend from my middle back upwards. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Have a little bend of your knees. Hinge forwards. Let your rib cage meet your knees and then relax all the way down with your head towards your shins. Take your 5 breaths here. Inhaling, coming all the way back into a seated position. Place your legs all the way out in front of you. Inhaling, arms come all the way up towards the ceiling. Draw shoulders up into your ears. So we really are lifting even further with the rib cage. Feet come up towards the ceiling and you are hinging forwards. Create that straight line. Now this time we don't let the arms go. So you've got 5 breaths here. Make sure your chin is tucked in slightly. So you're not looking forwards, you're looking down almost towards your ankles. And then exhale, hands come down either side of your thighs. From here, point your toes away. Hands can either be behind you or slightly in front of your hip. And then from here, you're going to lift your legs all the way up and point them in front of you. Lower your legs all the way back down towards the ground. From here, rolling down with your spine, coming onto your back, knees come into your chest. And you can just rock your knees from the right side of your body all the way up towards the ceiling, and then coming over to the left side of your body, and then back up towards the ceiling again. Rolling your legs to the right, back up, and then rolling your legs to the left, and then back up towards the ceiling. Drawing your knees in towards your chest, tucking your chin in, lifting your chest off the floor, and then relaxing your legs all the way down towards the ground. Heels come together. Let your legs fall out to either side, opening out your hips. Taking 5 breaths, feeling a slight stretch onto the inner thigh. Draw your knees in towards each other. Cross your right leg over your left thigh and let the right leg fall out to the right hand side. From here, you're going to lift your left foot off the ground. Place your hands either side of your left thigh. I'm going to come into a little bit of a glute stretch. From here, relax your left foot down onto the mat. Let your right leg fall over the left-hand side of your body, and we're coming into a full twist with your right leg tucked into your left shin. Inhaling, drawing your knees all the way up towards the ceiling. Uncross your right leg. Recross your left leg over your right leg and let your left knee fall out. Hands then go onto your right thigh and you're lifting your right foot off the ground, drawing your right thigh in towards you, getting a nice glute stretch on the outside of your left leg. Placing your right leg down onto your mat, crossing your left leg all the way over the right hand side of your body and trying to tuck your leg into the back of your calf. And then you're letting your body fall so that the legs are falling to your right hand side. And you're coming into a twist. From here, drawing your knees up towards the ceiling, uncrossing your left leg. And then from here, drawing your knees into your chest. One last final happy baby. Place your index finger and middle finger onto your big toes, heels draw up towards the ceiling, and let your knees fall either side of your rib cage. Breathing. Drawing your heels together, letting your knees fall out to either side. Placing your heels down onto the mat. We are going to come into a Shavasana at this point in time. If you want to put extra layers on, because it is freezing this morning, please go ahead, put some layers on, and we've got 5 minutes in Shavasana.
Taking a nice deep inhale. And then exhaling out of your mouth. Taking another nice deep inhale. Stretching your fingers and your toes as you exhale. On your next inhale, reach your arms all the way up overhead and interlace your fingers. Bending your elbows, opening out your chest. Keep breathing. Drawing one knee into your chest and then the other, and wrapping your arms around your knees, gently rocking from side to side. And then when you're ready, rolling onto your side and slowly coming into a seated position. And in a prayer pose in front of you, drawing your chin towards your chest. Taking an inhale, feel your belly expand, feel your chest expand, and then exhale. And saying namaste. Thank you very much for joining me for yoga this morning. I hope you enjoyed today. We've got another 4 weeks of trying to strengthen hip flexors and core and shoulders. So I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.